Well, hey everyone, happy Friday. Are you ready for this heat wave to be over? I'm Chris Brown. This is your week in review from ClarkCountyToday.com. Speaking of heating up, the August 7th primary is just around the corner and things are heating up in the political scene. This week we brought you two candidate forums from the Clark County League of Women Voters. One for the 5 people running for Vancouver City Council's position 1, currently held by Lori Lebowski, who is running for her first full term. We also heard from 3 of the 4 candidates for Clark County Council District 1. This is the first election for that position since the county's home rule charter created districts in 2014. Jeannie Stewart, a Republican, is trying to win re-election in what is now a much more liberal district. Last week, we heard from most of the candidates hoping to unseat Jamie Herrera Butler in the 3rd Congressional District. The incumbent was in D.C. during that forum, but she sat down with Eric Schwartz to share her thoughts on the upcoming race, her first conversation with President Donald Trump, and why she didn't support the repeal of Obamacare. Be sure to read Eric's full piece at ClarkCountyToday.com. On Thursday, we heard from Philip Campagna, a Vancouver man who was at Daybreak Park in Battleground with 2 of his sons when a drowning teenager was pulled out of the water. Campagna jumped in to help perform CPR and get the teen breathing again. He told us if they had left the park when they first meant to, they likely wouldn't have been there when this all happened. A new business is opening this weekend in central Vancouver in the Mill Shopping Center on Mill Plain. Ben Chrisley is opening Active Northwest, an athletic shoe and apparel store. Interestingly, this is Chrisley's second business venture in the Mill. Next door to Active Northwest is Ben's Bottle Shop, a restaurant and tap room which has been open for 2.5 years. Chrisley said this neighborhood in particular and Clark County in general supports locally owned businesses. People here want to support their neighbors. You can read more about Active Northwest at ClarkCountyToday.com. Also, more than 20,000 fans are expected to watch the Washougal MX National this weekend at the Washougal MX Park. It is the 9th round of the 2018 Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Series. This is the 38th Washougal National. By the number of spectators, it is annually the biggest single-day sporting event in Clark County. Special this year, Ryan Villapoto of Poulsbo, Washington, is the Grand Marshal of the event and will race in an all-star event. Villapoto is the most successful pro rider from the Pacific Northwest in the history of the series. As for that heat wave, well, it's been so hot and dry that pretty much every place in Clark County now has a recreational burn ban in place, and that means no fire pits, even enclosed ones. You can still fire up the barbecue, but do so carefully. The heat and lack of rain has one local cooling off spot off limits. Warning signs are up at Kleinline Pond due to E. coli in the water. Yeah. And that's your week in review from ClarkCountyToday.com. Stay tuned for some very cool stuff coming up in the near future. And send your story ideas to news at ClarkCountyToday.com. You can also be part of the conversation by following us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. For all of us at ClarkCountyToday.com, I'm Chris Brown. Thanks so much for watching and reading. We'll see you next week.